Hello, my darling. Can I just get your age, name, and pronouns for you, please?
My age is 18, and
Right.
I'm a she/her.
Wonderful. Can I get your name or anything you want to go by? I'll take anything.
Lily.
Lily? Sure. What can I do for you? Do you agree that... I knocked my mic off. Do you agree that trans women are women?
No.
Why not?
I've got quite a lot of points here. What would we like to go with first?
Well, it's up to you. I don't know your points.
Well, I can read out most of them. I've got sport points. I have got testosterone points. I've got physical and biological sex points. I have got biological markers and...
Yeah, start with any. Literally any.
Okay, the first question that I'm going to ask you is how much testosterone do you have?
Why does that matter?
Because if you are a trans woman, obviously you've transitioned from a man into a woman, so you're going to have a much higher level of testosterone than you would as a woman. So
Not typically, no. Oh, typically, yes, but not always. Because some women have very high levels of testosterone and some don't.
It says here that, yes, women produce and need testosterone, although at much lower levels than men. It is a valid hormone produced by the ovaries and other general sex drives. Bone
Darling,
density,
can I just stop you for a second? Oh. Did they leave?
Oh, no, sorry.
Sorry, don't... Yeah, just be careful. TikTok is really an awful app and it will just kick you off if you're not careful. You're reading off AI, Google AI.
I'm not.
That's what
reading
Google...
off actual...
You read off ChatGPT. That's where you got the bullet point from. AI or ChatGPT. I know what AI sounds like. We all do. So in reference to that, I can actually talk about it. So again, typically, that would be correct. Typically, women have lower testosterone levels than men, but those testosterone levels can change from many, many different things. They can range from very low to very high, depending on who the woman is, right? Depending on who the woman is, it will change. There is a typical and there is an atypical. Just because someone doesn't fit into the typical doesn't mean that they are not a woman.
Okay, but it also counts on bone and muscle health, mood and energy. Obviously, if you have a low sex drive, all of this.
Yeah, these are completely individual. Like, they can be completely individual to different people. Some people have higher sex drives than others, some don't. Like, none of this is, like, all this is very, like, can be individualized. None of this is broad. It's all extremely down to an individual.
Okay, but on that point as well, in the biological sex, you need an XX chromosome to be a female or an XY chromosome. And I understand in some different cases, you obviously can have more, like, them switched up and everything.
Well, then there you go. You've destroyed your own point.
Not really.
I mean, yeah, your point is that women have XX and men have XY.
They'll have XY, but in very, very low case studies, it is very rare for any of them to be switched up.
Cool, so let's talk about that. Women, you said, and I quote, women have XX. That was your quote. Females have XX. Specifically what you said. So what about the females who have XXY? Or what about the females who have XY?
Well, that if you're still a female if you've still got the XX, then obviously you're still a female because you've still got the double XX.
What if you have YYY? Or XYY? Or XY?
If you have XYY, you're still a male because you've still got the XY chromosome.
No, you'd be entirely... So what about someone who is all female? Because actually there is a case study if you want the case study on this. There is a fully karyotyped 46XY female who gave birth. Like, female from birth, never transitioned. They're a cis woman, he's female from birth, who had XY chromosomes. This is called Sawyer syndrome. Women who are born with Sawyer syndrome.
Can I speak now?
Yeah.
They've still got obviously the uterus to carry the child. If they were born a female, then they're obviously going to have the uterus to carry the child, which no man is going to have the uterus and can transition into a woman, but you'll never have...
Wait. Let's go to that point. So what is this person then? This person has XY, but also a uterus. So by your definition, they can't be a man and they can't be a woman. What are they?
By biological, obviously they've got the uterus, so they are a female.
So then, everybody say it with me. XX is not a necessary condition to be a woman. Or female.
If they still got XX chromosomes and they are still a
She
woman.
had XY and a uterus. What is she? You said she was actually a woman, meaning
Female,
XX
so-
is not required to be a
No,
female.
but it's part of the requirement to be a female.
But she doesn't have those requirements to be a female, meaning she isn't a female, but you said she was. What is she?
But uterus and ovaries.
This person had ovaries, so what is it?
Female, because she's got a uterus and
Cool,
ovaries.
but she doesn't have XX, so what is she?
A woman, because she's got uteries and
Cool,
ovaries.
then thank you for explaining it to me,
Okay,
because
can
then
I get on
your
with other
chromosomes...
people?
Nope, no you cannot, not until you see this point you can't. Because by your, literally what you just said, chromosomes do not matter if you're a female or a woman. Literally do not matter. What would matter, in your opinion, is if they had a uterus. So let's talk about that point now. If they had a uterus, what about people who are born with vaginal agenesis? What are they called?
Okay, can you just say that again so I can quickly look it up real fast?
Vaginal agenesis.
A woman has XY chromosomes.
Darling, can you put this into ChatGPT?
I'm really not. I'm on Google.
You're putting it into Google? What for?
Just to have a quick little look.
Oh, do you want the case study? Is that what you want? I can give you the case study if that's what you want.
Okay.
Let me grab the source document. I'll give you the case study for it. You're asking Grok? Oh, I know. Let's go. Let me grab you the specific. Excuse me. Let me grab you the specific one.
Rare.
That doesn't matter. Let me give you the specific one. That doesn't matter. Let me give you the case study. None of that would matter. Because as you said, if they have a uterus, they're a woman. But then, when women are not born with uteruses, they're still women in your opinion. X, Y, let me grab it. Hold on. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-bo. I have that going as proof. I always have proof. Bada bing. Bada boom. Broad fertility in a woman predominantly 46XY karyotype in a family with multiple disorders. Bada bing, bada boom. This person gave birth with XY chromosomes.
Okay, but that's one point of quite a lot of different points that.
Well, then chromosomes still don't matter. It doesn't matter how many times it exists. They don't matter.
Okay, we'll move on to the next point.
Do you see the point?
Sure, if that makes you happy.
So you see that uterus and XY chromosomes have nothing to do with being female.
But it's very rare for.
Doesn't matter.
With
Do you see that you see that
chromosomes.
these things are not a necessary condition to be female and a woman, correct?
Okay.
Cool. You see that. Wonderful. Next point, please.
Okay. Medical scans. Do you believe that a child or a baby in the uterus can get identified as a female or male?
Typically. At a certain
Do you agree
point.
with that?
Yeah, at a certain point, probably.
They can get. Okay.
I mean,
but-
sometimes, but like sometimes, you know, you have the people who
You
are
said earlier
not
on live
done.
that
Not done. Typically, women and men can be seen within the womb, but when there are women and men who are born without, on all your fetuses female, they are at some point. At some point, you typically can, but not always. No.
Okay, so do you think earlier on the live that you said that doctors predict and estimate what a child is going to come out as?
They do.
Okay, so what's your point on that? What do you believe that they can estimate on?
They guess if you are a man or a woman based off your genitalia.
But that's not the point. They know what your genitalia is going to be from the scans. The
What
only
if
time that
someone... No, stop. Let's go back to vaginal genesis. If there's a female fetus who is growing and does not have the specific characteristics that the doctors use, they will not give it a sex until it is born, and then they will karyotype it. There you go.
most cases, which is a lot of cases,
That does not matter.
I thought this was a debate, not an argument.
No, it's a debate. We're having a debate, except it's not. It's not like there isn't somebody to stop me from talking because it's my live, so I'll talk as much as I so well please. I've been through this possibly 90 times over the course of this live and other lives. It does not matter if there is a small amount of something. Doesn't matter, because then your necessary condition does not work. You cannot have a conditional necessary condition, or else your necessary condition doesn't work. It's not necessary anymore.
Okay, but on my point, doctors finding out what gender you are through scans, but they also do blood tests to obviously find out what gender you're going to be.
No, they don't. Stop. Fucking hell. Oh my god, gender cannot be determined through blood scans. Gender is a neurosocial construct, a neurosocial creation, right? You can't actually guess or give a specific yes or no, or this is not. I cannot give a definitive answer on if this person will be a man or a woman. You can guess based off of their phenotypic and genotypic expressions, but you cannot give it a yes or no, or else trans people would literally not exist, because doctors are wrong a lot of the times.
But it's not the doctors that would be wrong, it would be the blood test.
So the doctors would be wrong then?
No, it would be the equipment that they use that would be wrong.
Yeah, so the doctor would then give an incorrect statement and be wrong, based off that equipment.
If like the child is obviously facing the wrong way with an ultrasound, you can't tell what gender it's going to be.
You can't tell. Oh my god. So then what's your point? Like, you just admitted you cannot sometimes tell what the schmex, you didn't hear that TikTok, the schmex of someone is based off of their scan. You can't do that. You can guess. Sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're correct. What's your point?
My point is that the only time that doctors are legally allowed to estimate is if they can't see what is based off the ultrasound and blood tests.
Dude, you don't understand how doctors determine gender. You don't understand it.
If they come up with a PP or a VV, then they can choose that this is a man, this is a woman.
So let's get this straight, right? The doctor decides what gender you are. Is that what you're saying? The doctor decides.
When you're born, yes.
The doctor decides. Is that what you're saying? Just doubling down. The doctor decides. Does the doctor decide what your gender is, yes or no?
Based off biology, yes.
Cool. So if my doctor turned around to baby me and said that there's a they, them, what now?
They're not going to say that.
No. Stop. This is a hypothetical situation. If my doctor turns around and says that there is a they, them, what now? What now?
Are they going to say that?
No, shut the fuck up. I am tired of this point. I am so tired of people saying, it's a small amount, it doesn't matter. You are saying a definitive statement that doctors always know. That is your statement was, doctors know what gender you are, and they decide what gender you are. So if this doctor says that there, them is a they, them, then they are a they, them, by your definition. It does not matter. The doctor flips a coin, yeah. It does not matter if it is a small amount. I will give you a hypothetical that explains why this doesn't matter. I give it to the last person, the last lady, I'll give it to you. There is a island of birds. All the birds on this island are blue. Until one day, they find a red bird on this island, and now not all birds are blue.
Okay, and that is part of if there is an island full of birds that are all blue, did you say?
Yep, this bird, as far as everyone is concerned on this island, every bird they've ever seen is blue. So their definition of the bird is that of a bird is blue. But then they find a red bird. But they still keep saying, well, all birds are blue, even though there's a red bird.
Okay, the only chance that there would be a red bird on that island is back in generations of birds that in one
This
of those birds
doesn't matter. Are all birds blue on that island? Yes or no?
No, because that is not.
Well, then there you go. So then if a doctor decides what your gender is, and the doctor says that there, them is a they, them, that doesn't matter if it only happens once, or if it happens twice. It doesn't matter. Because then all birds are not blue anymore. You've made a definitive statement that does not work.
You're going off of birds, but the birds are not humans.
Darling,
Birds
it's a
are-
hypothetical. I'm not saying that good. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm not saying that birds are actually blue or that some birds are all birds. Like, this is just a hypothetical. It takes the point, takes the logic, and applies it to something that's more understandable. So if we take the logic from that and then apply it back to doctors, that means the doctors do say that. It doesn't matter how many times. It doesn't matter. Then we can also apply the logic from that to sex and gender. Doesn't matter.
But they will not sit here and say that it is a they them because
Hypothetical
obviously
situation. They say it's a they them. What now?
they won't. That's the thing.
Oh,
You're
shut the
going
fuck up.
off-
This is a hypothetical situation. Let's say a doctor does it.
No doctor's ever done it.
No, let's say a doctor does it. Doesn't matter. Let's say a doctor starts it now. First doctor, first ever doctor to turn around and say that's a they them.
Okay, then the doctor's made a mistake.
Ah, so doctors can't tell what the gender is. Wonderful. Next point.
Thing is a they them. It is a female
Next
or a male.
point.
Okay, next point. Right.
You failed
How-
every point so far.
Let me find me next.
So do you think genitals like don't prove the gender or anything?
They don't at all. Because you can be bought because a woman. No, stop. Because I'll explain why. Because a woman can have can have vaginal agenesis. They do not have the reproductive organs there, meaning that person is a woman. Whoops, I'm using my mic. Is by your definition a woman without a uterus,
Someone's born with a PP. Why do they change it into a vagina then?
because that makes them feel more comfortable.
Yeah, because it's a woman. A woman has that.
Typically, but you know what? Not all trans women do that. Some trans women are perfectly fine with having a penis. Some of them are perfectly fine with it. So what now?
Okay, but to be a full woman, if you want to fully transition from a male to a female, you can't get a surgery that gives you the
course you can.
uterus and everything. You can't get a surgery that will give you the uterus.
You can create yourself a vagina. The uterus is irrelevant.
You can
By your
create yourself-
definition, okay, let's just go through this one more fucking time. I will do this one more time today. You are saying it is a necessary condition to have a uterus.
Yes.
So what? Okay, yes, necessary condition. What about people who are born with vaginal agenesis?
Got that. Hang on.
What are people who are born with vaginal agenesis?
Look at now. Where's it gone? I've got it here. Hold right. Being born with whatever it's 1 in 5,000 women.
Motherfucker, I'm losing my mind. Motherfucker, I'm losing my mind. Motherfucker, I'm losing my mind. I'm fucking losing my mind. We just went through the birds are blue. We just went through the logic train that goes, and they still doesn't get it. They still don't get it. Oh my fucking god. This logic applies to so many things. It's something that tests your logic. If there is one bird that is red, not all birds are blue. If there's one woman who does not have a uterus, not all women have uteruses or vaginas or a chest or whatever.
And I'm on that point, right? It's very rare.
Oh, motherfucker, I'm losing my mind. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, I'm gonna have an actual aneurysm. I'm gonna have an actual aneurysm.
Can a woman have an Adam's apple?
Most people typically have an Adam's apple, yeah.
But in a woman, it doesn't show.
So?
Only
Some women have very pronounced Adam's apples. Why does that matter? If you say, before you answer that question, if you say there's only a small amount, you're gone, and I'm going to have a mental breakdown,
That's okay.
what is your response?
I actually didn't hear anything you were saying.
Cool, I'll say it one more time. In your response to, some women have pronounced Adam's apples, if your response to this is, it is a small amount, you are leaving, and I'm going to have a mental breakdown. So, what is your response to, some women do have pronounced Adam's apples?
You just said I was gonna get kicked, don't we?
Is what I said that would get you kicked what you were going to say?
No. It wasn't.
That's some fucking horse shit right there. That's some motherfucking horse shit right there. I can't explain this 97 times. I'm gonna have a breakdown. I'm gonna have a breakdown. How many times? How many times do I have to explain it?